You're threatening to take me to jail. No, it's a threat. That is a threat.
You have forced my hand at this point.
Will.
Because if I don't go and see this through to its conclusion, I know you're going to go to the police department and file a complaint on me.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. On April 19th of 2023, a viewer named Chris stopped at the Buc-ee's in Texas City for fuel, as he does nearly every day for business. On each visit, he takes the same path, entering from a side street and drives straight through to the pumps. He asserts that everyone drives on this path, and satellite imagery shows that he is correct, as various desire paths can be seen making their way across parts of the lot that are typically unused, regardless of being marked for parking. On this particular visit, when he pulled up to the pumps, Officer Harrell pulled up behind him.
Don't walk up to my car, please. Don't walk up to my car, please. Hey, man, you can't drive through the parking lot like that. You got your driver's license insurance? Any weapons in the car I need to worry about?
No, man.
Ford, did you catch my traffic?
The officer radios in Chris's information. Let this be your daily reminder to never answer questions when speaking with law enforcement. For in this example, the officer starts his inquiry, but gets noticeably upset that Chris answers his question.
Is there any particular reason why you felt you needed to come through the parking lot like that?
I didn't think I did anything wrong. I just came over to get gas.
You were speeding and you cut through parking spaces. You know you can't do that.
Interest will be confirmed on Robert.
I didn't think I was doing anything, man.
You walked around.
Was coming to get gas.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna go back and forth, or are you just gonna?
You asked me a question. You want me to answer it or not? I'm not.
Okay.
If anything, I thought I was going even slower than normal.
No, sir.
Because normally people don't even park where you park, and that's the direct path to the gas pumps.
Through the parking spaces is the direct.
I do realize that. I know that there's parking spaces there.
And you almost hit that car that was turning right there. I was watching, man. As soon as you cut in front of me like that, I was like looking and I watched it happen. So
I come here every day. There's almost never, ever anybody. You were sitting there this morning. Now, last week for about 3 days, someone was parking there. But if I come here 365 days a year, which I do, there's someone sitting there maybe 10 times. So there's never ever a car there. So yeah, I go through there because it's the straight path from the entryway to here, which is what you're going to see everybody else doing. But I mean, I hear you, man. I got it. To you, it looked like I was going fast. To me, I thought I was going even slower than normal because I didn't want to get too close to you.
After their short discussion, the officer sits in his cruiser for a moment and appears to do nothing. This could be because in Texas, state law prohibits officers from writing citations for traffic infractions on private property. Most courts hold that parking lots do not fall under the jurisdiction of police, as they do not meet the definition of a street or highway. In fact, it's arguable whether they can even initiate a traffic stop on private property without probable cause to believe that a crime is afoot, such as a DUI. But the officer has nothing, so he returns to tell Chris that he is letting him go, and then proceeds to find the most petty ways to escalate this questionable traffic stop into a quite unpleasant experience.
Okay, so
I'm not kidding to you either, man. I come here every day, dude.
Look, I'm not.
I send pictures of my wife the price of the gas here every day when I come through.
Okay, look.
So anyway,
here's the deal, man. Okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth and all that. I'm not gonna write you tickets, but the only reason I'm not writing you tickets is because I'm out of tickets right now. Okay, otherwise you would be receiving a citation.
For what? Would be the citation? I'm just curious.
Disregarding traffic control device.
On private property?
Yes.
Okay.
You still can't do that. It's still illegal.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not gonna write you a ticket.
I hear you, man. I understand.
I don't appreciate the attitude. Two, I get it, you're upset. Nobody likes cops pulling up on them. Nobody likes it, okay? But you know you did wrong. You know you're not supposed to cut through the parking lot. And instead of being like, oh yeah, I messed up. Sorry, it won't happen again. You want to sit here and go back and forth with me, right?
There's a lot better things than this to be doing for you.
You're right. I was working on a report.
You can be over here, and there's people right now running 90 miles an hour on the thing.
You want to go to jail?
So
you want to go to jail? You could go to jail for this.
You can do what you want to do. I can't stop.
I don't want to take you to jail.
No.
That is definitely a waste of my time. Okay, but the attitude is not necessary.
I agree.
That's on your part, sir. I haven't been rude to you at all.
Opinion's very, that's fine.
I have a camera on.
I know,
I can't
okay.
be rude to you.
Okay. All right.
I will get in trouble. You go file a complaint. Based on my behavior, they will decide whether or not to get me in trouble. Write me up.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. We're
Okay.
good, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll make sure that I'm there all the time. If I see it happen again, then
Okay.
we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay.
Just as they almost break contact, Chris pledges to look up whether an officer can pull him over on private property.
All right.
I'll look that law off on private property too. I don't believe you'd have the authority to do anything here on this parking lot like that.
I could also take you to jail for Class B reckless driving. Or
Okay.
Class A reckless driving. Because you did almost hit that car.
I didn't almost hit anybody. I was nowhere near. There's cameras everywhere. You can do what you want to do, Harold. I can't stop you. If you want to be this way, then that's up to you. I'm trying to be a reasonable
Are you having
person.
a bad day,
I
sir?
think
Is there a reason why you're acting like
I'm
this?
having a bad day because
Have I raised my
you're
voice to
doing
you at
this
all?
to me.
Have I raised my voice to you at all, sir? You're the only one who's getting upset.
I'm upset because I think this is ridiculous. I think this whole thing is ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous.
What do you specifically think is ridiculous?
That we're even talking about nothing happened. And here we are talking, and you're threatening to take me to jail.
No, I'm
and so I
advising you
shouldn't
that
be getting
it's not-
upset?
I don't call it a threat, sir.
No, it's a
an
threat. That is a threat. You're threatening me under color of law now to take something on private
Color of
property,
law
which I don't believe you even have the authority to do.
It's a
but now you're
dictionary
wanting
term, sir.
Okay.
It comes from Black Law's
No, it's not. It's a
dictionary.
Class A misdemeanor for you to threaten to arrest me over something that you know is not really true. But that's okay.
What's the penal code on that, sir?
Trust me. That's okay. It's
Trust
okay.
you.
Okay.
I
We're good.
trust you.
We're good.
There are no specific statutes or codes that prevent an officer from using a threat of arrest, and courts have granted officers the power of police deception. For some of them, lying may be second nature, but often it is deployed as a tool to gain a confession, and in some cases, as a tool to gain a subject's compliance. Chris is now trying to de-escalate the encounter and break away again, but the officer appears to have other plans.
We're good.
Trust you.
We're good.
I don't feel like we are. I feel like this is this is a problem.
How is it a problem?
I feel
How is
like
this
you're
a
going
problem?
to continue to commit these behaviors that are unsafe and put people at risk.
So
You
now
don't feel
we're
like you did
advocating
anything
for
wrong.
something that's possible they may do in the future. So now we're playing Jean-Claude Van Damme Future Cop, and you need to stop me from something I may do in the future. That's now your position. You're feeling like you should take action because maybe sometime in the future I might possibly continue to do something. Come on.
What is the
Again.
law designed to do, sir?
Oh, I know you want
designed to
compliance.
stop people from
I know
doing
you
things
want
that they're not
voluntary
supposed to be
compliance.
doing.
I know you want voluntary compliance.
Okay, go ahead and put your hands on the command.
Wow.
1717 Wayside Drive, female.
Chris has now been arrested, seemingly for simply disagreeing with Officer Harrell's unlawful traffic stop.
Cannot believe you're doing this.
Well, sir, I'm concerned that you're going to continue to do this unsafe behavior. So,
I'm familiar
I'll see.
with the residence. Has no water.
you want 2 sets of handcuffs?
This hurts, man. It hurts.
I can do 2 sets of handcuffs. You
I
want to do 2
cannot
sets?
believe that you're doing this, dude.
Well, I mean, it didn't have to go this way.
No, it never did. None of this ever needed to happen. I don't believe.
Okay, well, I disagree with you.
Okay, I know.
What would you like me to do with your car? You want to call somebody or do I tow it?
Do we really need to do this, Harold?
I mean, I didn't think we did.
I didn't think we did either, sir. Man.
Okay, but I mean, you wanted to sit here and argue with me about what I observed with my own eyes. Okay, I'll go get a copy of the video.
I didn't think we were close, Harold, at all. I didn't
Not
think I
me.
was close
You
to
didn't hit
anyone.
almost
No,
me.
you're talking about
You
the white
hit another
truck.
vehicle. Yes, you even know what truck I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What? I didn't think we were close, sir. I really didn't.
no, you were very close. They had to slam on their brakes. I watched it happen. Okay, you came flying through the parking lot. Okay? So what are we gonna do about the car?
I didn't think I was going that far.
You certainly were, sir. You definitely were. Okay? You definitely were. Okay, so what are we gonna do with the car? I don't want to tow it because that'd be being a real dick, and I'm trying not to be the dick.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
I'm gonna ask one more time, and then I'm gonna have to have it towed.
Chris continues to try to de-escalate the situation, and the officer admits that he now has to arrest Chris to prevent him from filing a complaint.
Can we back this down, dude? Can we cool off here, please? I'm sorry. I will.
You have forced my hand at this
I
point.
will.
Because if I don't go and see this through to its conclusion, I know you're going to go to the police department and file a complaint on me.
I'm not
Now, the
gonna do
complaint's
that,
not
sir.
going to do anything because I have it all on video. Everything is recorded. I don't talk to anyone in the public unless I have my camera on. Okay?
I'm not gonna go
So-
complain to Carol at all. I'm just a little upset because I really, honestly,
Sir, I watched it happen. I was working on a report. I definitely have better things to do.
I didn't think that I did anything, Harold. I didn't think I did anything.
Well,
and it
a
was
lot
very
of people
frustrating.
don't think that. But I explained it to you, and then you wanted to argue with me.
Because I didn't think I did anything, Harold.
I know I look young. This is not my first day on the job, sir. I promise.
It's nothing to do with any of that. I didn't think I did anything.
You
And I was
almost
trying
hit
to-
that white truck.
I agree with you that if that's what you think, then there's nothing I can do to change
It's
your point of
going to
view.
be on the cameras. I'm going to get copies of it.
The officer now has Chris call his wife to pick up his vehicle as he calls for another officer. Chris is put back in the cruiser as a secondary officer arrives on scene.
He came, so I was sitting right there. And he came through the parking lot and cut through all the spaces. And he came through so fast and whooped into here, and there was a white truck. The white truck had to slam on its brakes.
Note that the officer is telling his backup that the alleged events occurred in the direction he is currently facing, which would be here, but Chris drove in on this side and was never on that side of the parking lot. Officer Harrell now admits to his backup that he is arresting Chris for disagreeing with his allegations.
So I come over here. I was just gonna be like, hey man, chill out. Like, chill out, don't be like that. But he wanted to go back and forth and argue with me and give me all kinds of stuff. And like, I didn't have any tickets and I didn't grab a rider this morning. So I was like, man, look, it doesn't have to go this way. He kept going back and forth. So I was like, all right, let's go.
You got selected for tomorrow?
Yeah, I was gonna be, I'm a dick, but I'm not gonna be that big of a dick. He has a different phone he wanted me to grab.
After saying it out loud to the other officer, who never interjects that anything Officer Harrell is doing is wrong, Harrell decides to write a citation instead.
He kept wanting to go back and forth, and argue, and I was like, if I had a ticket book, I'd have just written him a ticket. You have a rider?
I have paper tickets.
You have paper tickets? That's what I'd rather do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do this a different way. So the other officer has a ticket book he's gonna let me use. You're gonna be receiving a citation, okay? And because I think going to jail is a bit excessive. But, well, I agree with you, but I didn't have another option. I don't have another ticket book, and I don't have a ticket writer with me. So we're gonna do it that way, okay? Step out for me. Take your stuff off. Take your time.
Tighten up. Oh my God. Dude, listen to that.
Chris was released and issued a citation for disregarding a traffic control device, despite the fact that there wasn't a traffic control device to regard, and that Officer Harrell had no jurisdiction in the parking lot. Today, Chris now records as he drives through it, which is still swarming with officers. A month later, Chief of Police Joe Stanton issued a statement claiming he reviewed the incident and ordered an internal affairs investigation that could lead to criminal charges for Officer Harrell. He also vows to release the results of the investigation and notes that Harrell has been pulled from patrol and is now working administrative duties. The incident has even made its way to the local news.
Texas City police officer pulled from the streets and under investigation tonight amid growing controversy over how he handled a traffic stop.
Everyone knows you cannot write tickets for traffic infractions on a private parking lot.
Despite all this, Chris is still fighting his charge, and just a week prior to this update, he was offered a deal of $300 for a deferred adjudication. He has now made several attempts at obtaining the CCTV footage from Buc-ee's, but the store will only cuck themselves out for law enforcement for free, and will only allow attorneys and insurance companies to obtain copies for a fee. But if they have evidence proving that you are innocent, take a hike. Good luck. I know where I won't be fueling up. It's possible that given how long it's been since this incident, that the chief or at least his internal affairs team already has the footage, but the department hasn't released it to Chris or the public if they do. I've been talking with Chris about ways to obtain the videos through court, but I'm not an attorney and he needs representation. So if you'd like to help him fight the case and watch him move forward with civil action, I'm linking his crowdfunding options in the description. Representation isn't cheap, even if the officer that padded charges against you was removed from duty for the incident. But as always, let me know what you think and head over to Chris's channel and donation pages to let him know I sent you.
It wouldn't surprise me that he's been operating this way for a very long time.
Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use the submit link in the description or pinned comment. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe and hit the bell for future content, and check out our other channels, Lady LackLuster and The Odd Side. Remember to like, share, and leave a comment about what you think of this interaction. It's the easiest way for you to help expose corruption and misconduct. Merchandise is available using the links below. Join the LackLuster family for just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel. Get a Lack logo next to your name, custom emotes, and early access to videos. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All links are down below.